So here we are at Seattle, round 5 of Formula Drift. This is a great track, really high speed, awesome fans out here, probably one of the most educated drift crowds. They really know what's going on. This has always been a very tough track for us. It's very high speed, very high grip. It's a 5/8 mile banked oval. Our Megan suspension was making so much grip this weekend. We were having to do some pretty interesting things to take some grip out of the car so we could drift the bank. We made some pretty big compromises and we went on into qualifying. Qualifying went pretty well. We were nice and high in the bank. We were able to fill the outer zone at the end of the bank like the judges wanted us to do. We had a couple of shimmies. The car had a couple of unsettled moments going into the infield, and we had a big stall slide going into the last turn, so we lost a few points on that. Luckily, we were top 16, and we only got our one qualifying run, which put us up against Joon Maeng in the top 32. I knew it'd be a tough battle because Joon in practice tends to be pretty solid, but sometimes in tandem can be a little shaky on his runs and a little unpredictable. So taking this into account, whenever I led, I went all out as hard as I could go, really high on the bank, full throttle, lots of speed. We had a really clean lead run, nice and wide everywhere, just like the judges wanted. Going into our follow run, as we went into the bank, I gave Joon a little bit of a gap, which we were able to close up leaving the bank. He slowed down in kind of an awkward spot for me. Right as he left the bank, he started checking up speed a little early, and I tried to compensate. We nearly had contact. Luckily, we didn't, and I was able to follow him throughout the rest of the course. It was kind of a shaky follow run, but I would attribute a lot of that to Joon being a tough guy to follow. It's Conrad Grunewald. So top 16 against Odi. This was a pretty interesting battle. I've never run against Odi in tandem competition before. I've run against him several times in practice, and what I didn't know is I guess he had some nitrous added to his car for this round, and that made quite a difference. I purposely gave him a bit of a gap going into the bank, thinking I would be able to close that gap up. I would be wrong. As we initiated into the turn, right away I saw that he was running away from me, and I did everything I could to close that gap up. As we left the bank, we still had a pretty big gap, much larger than the judges would ever want to see, and I tried my best to shallow up some line and close that gap up as we entered the infield. I was able to close up the gap at the end, but it was a little, too little too late, and the gap that he had made on the way in, and I wasn't able to close soon enough, was going to play pretty heavy in the judges' decisions. Whenever I led against Odi, I did what I was supposed to do. I laid down a good qualifying run, went to all the outer zones, really big angle, really big smoke. I was trying to make it difficult for Odi to follow me by throwing on as much angle as I could, but he did a great job. I got to give him lots of props. Odi's a great driver. He's doing a great job of adapting to the series, and he walked away with a victory. So I was a little bummed to get knocked out in the top 16. The car is absolutely capable of winning. I know I say that every weekend, but it truly is. I'm looking forward to going to Texas. Last time I was in Texas, we podiumed. The Texas track is going to be great. It's going to be a great crowd out there. So I'll see you guys in Texas.